Yo, 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 it's your boy Jay. This is Bing Bing Boxing. We got Ruiz versus Arreola fight breakdown. We got Jake and Logan Paul, and we got Felix, Verdejo, Sanchez. Let's get right into it, baby. This is Bing Bing. Bing, 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 boxing, boxing, boxing is bing, bing, boxing, baby. And we back at it again, man. Back at it again. It was a great weekend of fighting. Andy Ruiz and Chris Arreola, man, went to war. And I'll be the first to say I was wrong. I was wrong. I thought Chris Arreola was gonna go in there and he was gonna be a warrior and he was gonna get caught. His chin was gonna get checked and he was gonna go down in 3. What Ali said, if he try me, I'll wipe him out in 3. He ain't say that, but it rhymed. It rhymed, baby, and I was wrong. Chris Arreola went in there, man. He put it all the way down. Put it all the way down. Put hands on Andy Ruiz. Dropped him in the second round. Boy, I jumped off the couch. I was half asleep, jumped off the couch like, oh, shit. Because that's what the first thing came to my mind was, oh, Andy Ruiz is in trouble. Andy Ruiz is in trouble. And credit to Andy Ruiz because he stood in the pocket and he traded with him. He exchanged with him. Although he was hurt, he got buckled, touched the canvas, got up, started trading with him. He was mad. He started trading with him, got caught again. I thought he was gone. I thought he was out of there. He survived. He survived. He made it out of the round. He survived the round. Round 3. They start rumbling again. They get right back at it. Cause now Andy Ruiz got checked. He got tested. What's he gonna do? These are Mexican fighters we talking about. We talking about Mexican fighters. These dudes is bred warriors. This is what they do. They ain't no back down in them. There's no fear. In Mexican boxing, there's no fear in boxers, period. But it's something about Mexican style fighters. Like that style is different. They really do this, you know. Like they really do this. They went right at it in round 3 and got it cranking all over again. And guess what? Chris Arreola bout dropped them again. Came out immediately after the bell. Bout dropped them again. And it was fireworks, man. The whole fight was fireworks, man. I'm so glad I paid for the pay-per-view. I was talking to my man Jeff and I was like, yo, I'm about to get the pay-per-view. He said, man, I wouldn't buy that pay-per-view for shit. He was like, he said, I would rather watch Housewives or some shit like that than to buy the pay-per-view. I'm like, bro, I'm about to buy this joint because for one, I support Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? And for 2, I want to get a judge and see what Andy Ruiz is about. What changes did he make in his fight game off of that loss to Anthony Joshua? What did he change in this game? What was he going to bring to the ring and do differently? Was he going to be a new fighter, a different fighter, more aggressive, more disciplined, more skillful? You know what I'm saying? And I think, honestly, if I'm being real, the shit that he learned in camp with Canelo and Eddie Reynoso, I think it kind of got him away from what got him to where he was at in the first place. You could see he came out in the first, second, third round, fourth round. He was doing what he was coached to do. Press, come forward, slip punches, get inside. You know what I'm saying? He was showing flashes and spurts of Canelo's game in those first early rounds. But there's one problem with that, man. There's only one Canelo. There's one Canelo. You can try to imitate a Mayweather shoulder roll. You can try to imitate Canelo's head movement, but there's one. There's one. There will never be another Floyd Mayweather. There will never be another Canelo who can move and slip the way he slips and throw power punches the way he throws power punches. And I think that's what Andy Ruiz went there trying to do early. He tried to use the game plan. He tried to do what he was taught, use his new skill set, and it got him caught viciously on top of the dome. He rolled a punch to his right. Left hand was low. Chris Arreola came right over the top with a right, caught him right in the top of the head, dropped him. I ain't never known Andy Ruiz to fight like that. Andy Ruiz is a peekaboo style fighter. He's behind his guard, getting inside you behind his guard and snapping your chin back from behind his guard. Andy Ruiz ain't a punch slipper. He's not using movement to get inside, and I think that's what got his ass caught up. On top of that, what got him caught up is he's not really the initiator. He's not the pressure fighter. He applies pressure when he's thrown at. If y'all rewind back to Anthony Joshua 1 and 2 and watch those fights, Anthony Joshua was first. He dictated the pace at points. Andy Ruiz had success when he countered him. Anthony would throw one, Andy would snap back with 3 or 4. Sharp, fast, powerful counter punches. And that's what got Anthony Joshua in trouble. And when Andy Ruiz snapped back to Andy Ruiz around round 5, 6, or 7, that's when he took over the fight. But those early rounds, between rounds 2 and 5, those were Chris's rounds. Those scorecards were bogus. We had 117, 110, 118, 109, 118, 109. So the only round y'all gave him was when he knocked down Andy? That's the only round the judges gave him? Are you serious? One judge gave him 2 rounds. What fight were they watching? What fight were y'all watching? I had gave Chris at least 4 rounds. At least 4 rounds. He was busier. You know what I'm saying? He didn't land more punches, but he was busier at points. He landed the more solid punches. The more changed the fight. He landed punches that changed the fight. Okay, so how can you score and give that man 1 round out of that whole 12-round fight? That's crazy. That's crazy to me. So I feel him when he told everybody to suck his you know what. Because that's wild, man. That's wild. Now, like I said, I wanted to watch this fight to get a judge to see who Andy Ruiz became, what he was. So what's next for Andy Ruiz? Before the fight, I said I wanted to see him fight Deontay Wilder. I said I had Andy Ruiz punishing. I use that word a lot. Punishing Deontay Wilder. And I'm going to take those words all the way back. He ain't punishing Deontay Wilder. If he was dropped with the right hand from Chris Arreola, son, when Deontay throw that mega right, ain't nothing he going to be able to do with that. He going to be on the canvas. I really don't think he wants to fight Deontay Wilder. I think he still poses a problem. He poses a threat. But he's too susceptible to get crunched with that right hand. And that's what's going to happen in that fight. He's going to get crunched with that right hand by Deontay Wilder. Luis Ortiz, that's another dangerous fight. Great boxer, great movement, powerful. Had Deontay Wilder hurt both fights. Was winning both fights. That's a dangerous fight for Andy Ruiz. I would love to see it, but do I see him winning that fight? After what I saw last weekend, I can't really say that with confidence. You know what I'm saying? It was still a great measuring stick. Chris Arreola was a great measuring stick. I like to see him run that back again and fight again. But as far as seeing him move up in competition and seeing him go for a title shot with Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury next, whoever wins those belts, I don't see it. I think he has Anthony Joshua's number. I think he has his number. That's like when you watch the NFL and you would see like a team that's like 2-10 playing like the Patriots or somebody like that, and they mess around and give them an L. It's like, yo, like the Browns got their number. You know what I'm saying? Like they just play them well. It's one of those things where I think Anthony Joshua, yeah, he's the better fighter. He's the more superior fighter, but Andy Ruiz just has his number. He was built to beat Anthony Joshua. No matter what the skill set is, he's built to beat that man. So he's built to beat that man. So that's how I feel about that. Now, who I could see him fighting, somebody like an Otto Wallen or Kovrat Pulev, who just fought and lost Anthony Joshua last year. I could see that fight. I could see that level caliber of competition with Andy Ruiz, but stepping up against the Luis Ortiz or damn Deontay Wilder, no, I don't see it yet, man. He has to go back into the lab, man, and whip up another concoction because what Eddie Reynoso had him out there doing those first 5 rounds, man, that was not the move. That was not getting it done. That was getting his head snapped back, and he was going to the canvas. Like, credit in the world to his chin, because all the credit in the world to his chin, because I don't know how he survived a lot of those punches. He was crunched. He was going down, and he barely survived, man. So that was a hell of a fight, man. I'm glad I paid for that pay-per-view. Jeff, if you watching, man, you should have paid for it. That was a hell of a fight. And hopefully they can do it again. I'd pay for a rematch, honestly. I'd pay for a rematch. Next subject, man. So let me get amped up for this. I told myself I would not even bring these mugs up. Told myself I wouldn't even bring these boys up. But I got to. Because apparently they making waves in the boxing world. Everybody's talking about them. People have mixed feelings, mixed emotions about what they bring to the sport. And honestly, I don't know what they bring to the sport positively. So let's talk about the Paul brothers. Do you guys think Logan and Jake Paul bring positivity, bring light to the sport of boxing? What do y'all think? Me, honestly, I'm thinking back to the glory days of boxing. My first fight was Tyson Holyfield 2. That was my first fight that I remember watching. I was a kid. And ever since then, I've just been in love with boxing. Always wanted to watch boxing. It's something that me and my family would do on the weekends. We watch boxing. We meet up at my grandma's house and watch boxing, my uncle's house, and everybody would get together and we watch boxing. That's how I remember spending my weekends, was watching boxing as a kid. You know what I'm saying? It was a family thing. It was a cultural thing that we did together that brought us together, was the sport of boxing. That's what we did. I can't say the same for these dudes. Why are they in the sport? For what? For a paycheck? What do they bring? What do they bring to the sport? I know people argue, oh, they bring eyes. They bring a lot of eyes to the sport of boxing. Okay, a lot of eyes to the sport of boxing. But are those eyes, did those eyes watch Ruiz versus Arreola last weekend? Those eyes that they brought to the sport, did they watch the top ranked card last weekend? Did they watch the card on NBC Sports the other weekend? Did they? Do they know any of the PBC fighters? Are they going to watch Errol Spence versus you guys if that happens? Are they going to watch Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez coming up? Are they going to watch that fight? Are these eyes that the Paul brothers are bringing to the sport of boxing, are they going to watch any of these fights? Or are they only going to tune in when it's some celebrity deathmatch bullshit that has boxing as the title above it? What eyes are they bringing to the sport? It's like mooching. It's like moochers, man. It's like people that come into the sport and they're just mooching off the clout and then they leave. They leave. So y'all leaving, but there's all this goodness here. There's all this talent still here. What are they really bringing to the sport of boxing? My comparison is like if you having a cookout, right? You invite your family and, you know, everybody's bringing dishes to your cookout, side dishes. Somebody brought the plate. Somebody brought, you know what I'm saying, the desserts. You know what I'm saying? It's a family event. Your family's there. But you leave the front door open and your neighbors see. And now you got the neighborhood just walking through your house, grabbing plates, and they're eating and they're leaving. But they didn't come in and say thank you. They didn't help bless the food, prepare the food, anything. They didn't put in any work. They don't even appreciate the home or who was in the home. They just came in, got what they wanted, and left. Those are the eyes that they're bringing to the sport of boxing. They coming in, they seeing what they want to see, and then they leaving. When there's all this young talent, Brandon Lee coming up, Virgil Ortiz coming up. So much young talent. Do they even know these guys? I could go on forever. There's so much young talent. Are these eyes that they're bringing to the sport of boxing, are they sticking around to learn about these guys? Learn about the culture, the history, where these fighters come from. Or they only coming around to watch a Paul brother fight a 5'8" NBA player or a YouTuber or an old ass Floyd Mayweather, who we know why he doing this shit for the money. I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all answer that question. What good are the eyes that the Paul brothers are bringing to the sport of boxing? What good are these eyes? What are they doing for the sport? If these eyes are just coming in and getting what they want, and then they're leaving. They can keep them eyes. Keep them eyes over there. Go watch that YouTube channel. If they want to fight and do all this shit, go fight on YouTube. Y'all got a whole YouTube channel. Got a whole ring in your fucking backyard. Go do that shit there. Leave boxing out of it. In my opinion, leave boxing out of it. Because there's too many guys that's dedicated too much and sacrifice so much of themselves and their family's time to the sport of boxing for us to be entertaining dumb shit like this and having this shit on the front page of ESPN. This shit is on the front page of everybody's YouTube channel. This shit should be in the background, not in the foreground. They haven't earned any respect. They want my respect. There's many boxers in their weight divisions that they can come up and start fighting. Honestly, many guys that they could probably beat because these dudes can fight. They've been training. I ain't taking nothing away from how hard these dudes train. These boys train. These boys can fight. For real. So why not fight real fighters? What are y'all doing? Don't just come in the house and walk in, take your shoes off and wipe your feet before you come in. Show some respect. That's how I feel about this shit. What are these dudes doing? You wouldn't let anybody come in your house and just kick their shoes off and sit down and plop their feet up on your couch without coming in and greeting you and say what's up? And even then, get your feet off my couch, bruh. You feel what I'm saying? Bro, that's how I feel about these dudes, man. They want my respect. They got to earn it. They got to earn it, man. As a boxing fan, they got to earn my respect. Fight a real boxer. Fight a real fighter. You have my respect. You ain't even got to win. Just get in there with somebody of substantial caliber. You know what I'm saying? Because the sport of boxing is it's not like the NFL. It's not like NBA. This ain't MLB. It's a small sport. It's a small world. As big as it is, the boxing world is a small world. It's really a cultural thing. It's like when you go to a foreign country and you indulge in a foreign country's delicacy, a food that you just can't go out and get at a fair or a market or whatever. This is a delicacy, something that's rare, that's rarely ever cooked on certain occasions. That's like the sport of boxing is compared to the rest of the sports world. It's a small, tight-knit community. That's a culture. It's a cultural thing. People have a lot of love for this shit, a lot of love for the sport of boxing. So when we see jokers like this just coming in and making a spectacle of the sport, and then there's people supporting and talking about they're bringing eyes to the sport, I think it's great. It's bringing fans. No, it's not bringing fans. These fans only come here to watch these guys, like I said. So I'm going to hop off that topic, man. That's the last time I'm about to talk about it. Don't come at me with no Jake Paul, Logan Paul fighting this Paul and this and that and this and this and that. Unless they in the ring with a legitimate fighter, then we can talk about it. But all this other spectacle, sideshow, Bob, ignorance that's going on, leave that on TNT, leave that on WWE SmackDown Raw. We don't want to see that over here. You feel me? We don't want to see that over here. And I'm going to leave it at that. Y'all answer that question. What good are these eyes that they're bringing to the sport? The eyes. Boy, I need a bottle of water after that drink. Boy, they almost had me hot. I am hot. Tight. I'm tight about that one. But yeah, man, so look. Last topic, tragedy struck in Puerto Rico. Felix Verdejo Sanchez, former lightweight champion, WBO Latino title champion, record of 27-2 with 17 knockouts, former Olympian, former world-class fighter, former had all the hype, messed around and killed his girlfriend. Allegedly, he's charged with killing his girlfriend. I'm still speechless at this. Like, I just watched this dude fight, and I was excited to see him fight last year. He fought Nakatani. He lost TKO. I don't know what that loss did to him. I know he had a lot of hype early in his career. He was like the next big thing coming out of Puerto Rico. He had all that hype. In Puerto Rico, boxing is huge, and to have that hype, the whole country behind you, like it's a lot of pressure carrying all that. And I don't know what that loss to Nakatani off of his long layoff. He came back and lost TKO knockout to Nakatani. I don't know what that did to his psyche, but reports are that his girlfriend, mind you, he's married with a baby. He had a girlfriend on the side. He got her pregnant, and she wanted to keep the baby. He didn't. And she went to go meet him. Against her mother's, words. Don't go meet him. Be safe if you do. She went to go meet him because she wanted to have the baby. She was happy about it. Man, this shit for real fucked me up. So she was happy about it. She wanted to have the baby, and she went to go meet him. And that's when things turned sour and went south fast. So allegedly, he's charged with kidnapping. He's charged with capital murder and death of an unborn child. It's hard for me to even talk about and give details about this. If you haven't even read the details already, this is your first time hearing about it. It's hard for me to talk about these details. It's gruesome. He kidnapped her, beat her, injected her with a foreign substance after he beat her, tied her up with rocks tied to her body, stones, and threw her body in the lake. After throwing her body in the lake, he shot at her. Shot at the body after he threw her in the lake and dipped off. These are the allegations, but he did turn himself in yesterday evening. He's facing capital murder, death sentence, if he is found guilty of these charges. And it's just like, why, man? It's like, why? You laid down and you made that decision. You knew you had a wife. You knew you already had a family. You laid down and you made that decision. You made that mistake. And he knew this woman. They went to school together. They were, I don't know if they dated in middle school or whatever, but apparently they knew each other back in middle school. And they've known each other for over 10 years. And I don't know how long their little fling was or whatever it was. But he made a mistake. And one of the things of being a man is you own up to your mistakes. You don't run from them. You can't hide from your losses. You got to own up and man up to your mistakes, man. You can't hide. You can't run from it. You can't make them disappear. If there's one thing I've learned from all the mistakes I've made in my life, is you cannot bury a mistake. You cannot bury a loss. You cannot bury your demons, because they will come back to bite you in your ass every time. Every time. You cannot walk away from your responsibilities, because they will always be there. They will always be there. If you got a bill that you think you're not going to pay, that money you owe is not going nowhere. It's going to be there. It's going to sneak up on your ass. It's going to come back and bite you in your ass. I'm speechless, bro. Like, did he try? Was he what is his mind? I want to hear what his thought process was behind this. Like, what made him think I have to murder this woman that's pregnant with my child? That's the only way I'm going to get out of this. And then what makes you think you're going to get away with it? Like, they had the text conversations. He was threatening her. When she told him that she was pregnant with his baby, he was threatening her. He threatened her with all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? He told her to come meet him. They found her car a couple miles away from her job. The car, she didn't put her car there. Her car was staged there. They have text of him asking for somebody to come help him with the situation. Why is that your only way out of that situation, man? You got a whole career. You are an elite athlete. You're a professional fighter. Do you know the pedigree that comes with that? You're a Puerto Rican prodigy. Like, the potency of that, and you throw it away over a mistake. And now somebody lost their life. 2 people lost their life because that unborn child doesn't even get a chance. And I mean, some of us believe in God, man. It's like, yo, like, God's will, you don't question God's will. Everything happens for a reason. But it's like, why does shit like this have to happen? Like, what's the plan behind this? What's the significance in this? Like, why did it have to happen like this? I know we all gotta die someday, but why we gotta die like this? Man, this is a tough one, man. This is a tough one to go out like that, bro. You facing capital murder charges. Prayers for the family, man. Prayers for the family. Prayers for the woman that lost her life. Prayers for his wife and his child that he already has. Thoughts go out to his family. Thoughts go out to Puerto Rico. Because I know the whole country struggling right now. They want justice. Because I guess recently at the same time, there was a woman that had filed a domestic violence claim, and the court dismissed it. A couple weeks later, her body was found burnt to pieces, burnt to ashes. You know what I'm saying? It's like chaos, man, all over the world. Nobody's immune to it. Shit like this is going on everywhere, all over the world, man. But all we can do is talk about it and bring awareness and try to do better in our own lives, man. This is sad. Felix Verdejo, if you're found guilty of this, man, there ain't no coming back from this, man. There's no coming back. As a man with a child that loves his child, as a man that's made mistakes, bro, I can't fathom. You have to own up to that shit. Own up to it, man up to it, and roll with the punches. In your case, literally and figuratively. It's what you do. You roll with the punches. You get knocked down, you get back up. You fight again. You fight again. You fight again. You fight again. You take your L's and you fight again. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. But yeah, I'm gonna keep y'all updated on this case. As I find out and research more news, more details come out, I'm gonna keep y'all updated, man. But this is really a tragedy, man. This is a tragedy in the boxing world. It's a tragedy in the world, period. Prayers, like I said, prayers out for the families. Prayers out to Puerto Rico, man. And hug y'all loved ones, man. Keep y'all peoples tight. Tell everybody you love them. If you love them, if you don't, hey, it is what it is. But we got to do better, man. So, man, that's all I have for y'all today, man. Just Bink Bink Boxing. Make sure y'all follow the Instagram, Bink Bink _boxing. Follow me on Twitter, Bink Bink _boxing. And like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. We're going to keep coming out with more content. More fights coming up. Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders this Saturday on The Zone. Be doing an episode about that coming up this week. Fight predictions. And yeah, man, thank you guys for all the love and support. Thank you guys for thank you guys for wilding out with me on my Instagram. I've been on my Instagram going crazy. It's Bink Bink Boxing, but I Bink Bink Boxing / barbershop. Bink Bink Boxing / comedy. Bink Bink Boxing / this / that, because I got a lot of energy. I'm wild as hell. And I think I'm funny, but I'm not. I'm just super energetic. I'm super hyper, like, all the time. So it's Bink Bink Boxing, but it's Bink Bink everything, man. Bink Bink is a lifestyle, baby. So if you rock with Bink Bink, hashtag a Bink Bink in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the support and all the love, man. And I'm out of here. Catch up with you guys soon.